Well, I am 65 kilometers away from my house. Got to the place I want to camp. It was relatively easy, except for everything is glare ice with about 5 inches of maybe 4 or 5 inches of snow on top. But what I'm going to do is there's a Y behind me, and a logging company is using that road. Now, they're not on it today because it's the weekend. So I think I'm going to go fish maybe for an hour or so, one lake, and then I'm going to come back here and set up because I've got lots of time. So two lakes is better than one lake. That would be lake number 3. So I'm just going to turn around here and hopefully not slide in any trees and go to the other lake, fish, and then come back. I am on lake number 2 of 2025. So I'm about 3.5, 4 kilometers away from my campsite. So the campsite will be on lake number 3 that I fish at 2025. Drilled the holes. Everything looks good. I had bites right off the hop, but it's kind of slowed down. I might move them. I'm actually quite surprised how deep it is, considering I'm a couple of feet off the shore, and I always thought this lake was really, really shallow. So I came off a point. That's usually a good place to start, but I'm in about 18 feet of water on this hole, and the one that's close to the shore is about 15 feet, so it must be quite a drop off. Oh well, anyways, check this place out. So my truck is over there. Oh, look at that. And then there's a campsite. I always do that backwards. Somebody left a whole bunch of trash behind and tarps and stuff and bins. So anyways, whatever. There, and then all the way behind me and up there where my fishing rod is. This is where I catch a fish. That's the inlet. This would be a wicked spot to set up coyotes, like a coyote hunt. Amazing spot. This area is polluted with coyotes. It's also polluted with wolves too. Haven't seen a single soul. Haven't seen any tracks past the Y. I thought the logging company would have been in here maintaining the road, but they're not. It was easy to get in, no problem that way. But yeah. Part of me wants to check out that campsite to see what they left behind. I don't know what the rules are. What happens if people leave all that stuff behind? Is it a free-for-all? Is it wrong? I don't know. I don't consider myself a thief, but I like cleaning up stuff. And are they ever going to go back there? The tarp looks shredded, but it looks like there's a couple of blue bins back there. I don't know. I don't want to be that guy. I don't know. See how long it takes. But it is about 450 yards behind me. Anyways, we're going to fish a little bit more, and I might try the other side of the lake, which is right on the other side there, obviously, and see if there's anything on that shoreline. It is a very rocky bottom, so you miss every shot you don't take, and if you don't fish more holes, you won't catch anything in that hole. I don't know, whatever. Pointless rambling, but here we go. I hope you can hear that. I got coyotes in the background. Just got back to the truck. It's almost 20 after 3. Sunset is at 4:55, I think. Right before I came off the lake. I don't know. I'll put it in there, but I don't know if you can hear it. I'll see. Right before I came off the lake to go back to the campsite, I had a pack of coyotes yip up. So I do have my fox call. Sorry, not my fox call. My predator call with me, just the mouth one. And I let that go. A couple little quiet and then loud bursts. And I'm just going to sit here for a couple minutes and see if anything comes out on the lake. The funny thing is about 30 seconds after, the ravens were there. So obviously the sound carries pretty good. where the yotes lit up, I was downwind of them, so I don't think I have to worry too much. Now they might circle around and come in behind me. It'll be interesting to see, but where I heard them is about 400 yards away from here, so usually that's a good buffer zone for coyotes. Oh, we'll see if anything runs down the lake, and maybe I'll get it on video. If not, off to the other lake. Camp's all set up. My home for the night. I do have the heater running right now just to knock some icicles off of that, but I'm going to shut it off when I'm going to the lake. Barbecue for the chicken wings. Little hut there for sitting in and chillaxing. And I got all my ice fishing gear ready to go, and I'm going to head down to the lake. Last lake, didn't catch anything. I lost something at the hole, but it was small, really, really small, probably a perch. It followed it right all the way up, and at the end of the hole, it let go of the minnow. It wasn't even on the hook. Just a little bait stealing bugger. Here, I know the fishing's good on this lake, but way down the lake, I'm just going to try out here in front of the campsite. And I don't know, maybe I'll get something, maybe I won't. But it'll be the third lake of 25, and I gotta shut this little bugger off. It's gonna stop heating, and then come back up here. Sunset's at 4:54. I just checked, and yeah, come up here, have wings, and all that good stuff, and enjoy it. All right. To the lake we go. Got something tiny playing with me here. Oh, it's tiny. I can't even feel it on the line. It's still tapping, but it's nothing there. It's probably just a little perch, a little one. Bait stealers. It's trying. It's nice to get something on the ice, but that's why we pack food, right? All right, dinner time. Well, part number one, just off the barbecue, some chicken wings, and then on the barbecue is my pork tenderloin that's just warming up inside of a pot with some Cajun sauce that came out of this. Anyways, yeah, why make more dishes when you don't have to? Nice glass of coffee there in the jet boil, sitting there waiting. So I'm going to eat this and then get that in a couple minutes, and then I'll call that my feast for tonight. The chillax. It's only about -6, so it's not bad at all. And no fish, but whatever. It is what it is. 3 lakes in the book. Leftover pork tenderloin from the other night, and some Cajun sauce. So that's part 2, and I gotta still get my coffee into me. After this, I was gonna do a review or whatever of a knife, but I'm gonna compare 2 knives, and I don't think I can actually do a good review of this one knife until I can get a chance to get out and actually flail on it. So I'll show you what I usually use and then what other people use. So let's compare a couple of blades that I usually have with me. First one's not really a blade, but there's blades on it. Good old Gerber Gen 1 multi-tool. It's missing teeth. The wire cutters are all buggered up. It kind of sticks because of the wire cutters. But it has been there for me. Chipped blade. It's been sharpened up. Still good to go. And I use this a lot in the kayak, in the boat, on my chest rigs. I also have Leatherman, but I prefer the old-fashioned Gerber. Now don't laugh. I think these are like $8. Well, were $8 in like 2006 or 7. I won this in a 3-gun match. I actually have 2 of them. The other one is on a lanyard for like a neck knife. This one's just in the truck. But this little outdoor edge, made in Taiwan. This is called the Wedge. Now this is long since discontinued. But this thing is a little straight razor. And when I go fishing, I direct tie everything. So I'm cutting line, retying, nipping off the little nibs. And this thing has been the cat's meow. Always there. I'm always opening food, like the vacuum packs and stuff like that with it too. I've cleaned fish. Is it a fillet knife? No, but you can clean a fish with it. Because I have. Because it's sharp. Another thing I usually have with me is a flashlight, Surefire, or like Fenix. And then the big blade that I'm going to do a review on, but not today. Just maybe this is an overview. Now first, there are hundreds of videos about Essie knives on YouTube. Hundreds of them. My nephew has the 4. He told me to get the 4, 5, or 6, so I went in the middle. I picked up the 5. Actually, here we'll go that way. But the thing that really gets me about this sucker, that thing's near 1/4 inch. I bet you it is 1/4 inch, and it is out of the box stupid sharp. It's not as sharp as my cooking knives, my Japanese cooking knives, but sharp. My only complaint, while I do like the green, I don't like finish on my blades. Now I understand why. This is a high carbon blade, not stainless, so it will rust. I get it. At first, my first complaint was the pummel back here is like a diamond. And I can see that if you're wearing it on your belt, if you were to sit down or move sideways, getting that in your gut or your rib cage. At first I'm like, oh, why? And then I realized that this was designed for pilots to cut their way or break their way out of aircraft or helicopters, so it makes sense to have that. And it's got a lanyard loop, so you can't go wrong. My only complaint yet, now I haven't beat on it yet, my only complaint is it comes with a less than stellar belt attachment, which I think would possibly cost you a lost knife. So I put a tech lock on. So it does not come with a tech lock, but it is drilled at the tech lock spacings. So it's good to go. The only other thing I did is I put a real simple, just a overhand knot, paracord, wound it through, got it on a little bungee thing here, just to have a little bit of paracord if I need to pull it off and hang it or something like that. That's it. That's all. I'm not going to make a net or something out of this length of paracord. And the nice thing is about this thing too is if you see this little screw, if you move it into the upward position, it doesn't come out. You press that forward. Now it is stiff, but I get why. It comes out good. I'm not a fan of the upside down on your backpack or your chest rig type blade guy, especially when it weighs this much, but it is a good idea to have some form of retention. So that's an overview. Like I said, Essie, hundreds of reviews on YouTube, so I don't think I'm going to be able to do anything that anyone else did, but this is just my thoughts. Most of the time I use a small blade or a multi-tool, so it'll be interesting to see how I like it when I start beating on things with it, but yeah. Well, it is 6:30, 6:32. I just woke up because I had a weird dream. I had a dream that I heard voices outside. There were no voices outside. It was a dream. Just turned the heater up to number 3, just to start doing the carbon cleaning Make sure the chamber's nice and clean. One thing to note is the furnace is, or the diesel heater I should say, is much more efficient right now than it was last weekend at -7. I'm gonna guess it's at the lowest -6 outside, and it is smoking hot in here. I will turn it up to the highest setting, number 10, for about 3 or 4 minutes, but that's going to be once I'm out of the tent, because I would not be able to handle it. It's too warm in here right now. So yeah, back to sleep I go for another hour, and that's it. Camp is all packed up, and now I am going to start my 65K trip back home and relieve the dog sitter, and then brew up some real coffee instead of instant, watch my races, and start packing for my trip. So this will be the last one for at least 2 weeks. Hope you guys enjoyed. No fish, but 3 lakes fished. It is actually kind of slippery coming out of this hole here, but yeah, 3 lakes fished so far. I think I know what lake I can get, maybe even on the day I get back from my trip. It'll just be a day trip. It won't be an overnighter. Holy geez, that's hard on the old kidneys. But yeah, we'll do that and wrap it up, and have a great week, everybody.